Welcome to The B Word, a women's lifestyle podcast. I'm your host, Katie Ploss. I'm a school psychologist, women's wellness coach, a doula, and the founder of BU, a women's wellness community. I created The B Word to share my stories, knowledge, and training to help you navigate the everyday challenges of being a woman. We discuss everything from navigating dating and relationships, parenting, building a career, to just finding what you're passionate about and figure out who you are meant to be. At The B Word, we aim to destigmatize mental health challenges, grow, heal, and empower you to be your most authentic self. Let's dive into today's episode. Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of The B Word. And in spirit of this new season and being in the letter B, I wanted to do a whole month of episodes themed with the title of starting with the word B or the letter B. This week is B is for bridesmaid horror story. Last week was B for balancing your hormones. And I have Nolan here with me this week. Say hello, Nolan.
Hello.
And it's been a month since I've had Nolan back on the pod. And he brought something to my attention about my episode title for last week. Would you like to tell the listeners why you think that my B for balance was inconsistent with my brand?
It's a little inconsistent because if I know Caitlin Ploss, she's all about balance is bullshit.
I know.
But here she is, toting the B word.
I know. I've been posting all about how I think balance is a farce and there's no such thing as balance and that no one is really balanced. And then the first episode of the month of the B's and the B words, I chose balance. I was like, doy. But I think our hormones can have balance. I think maybe. I don't know. No one's hormones are balanced either. But anyway, we're totally taking a detour from last week, though. This episode's very different, but also the same in that it concerns women. And just like a lot of women have in common that we struggle with balancing our hormones, I think a lot of women that listen to this show understand the pressures and the frustrations that come around being a bridesmaid. So this week is B is for bridesmaid.
All about that, let me tell you.
Horror story. So Nolan's like, why am I here? What the heck? You're my fiance for one. So I wanted to do my first wedding themed episode with my soon to be husband. How about that?
Fair enough. Let's see where this goes, and then we'll determine if this was a mistake or not.
Okay, every time you come to do the show, you're like, this was a mistake. And then, like, at the end, you're like, that was fun.
No, I don't. Not every time.
Last time you did.
Just men are the worst.
Well,
on this channel.
You said it.
Anyway.
I haven't talked much about this on the show. And so I wanted to have a little bit of fun. You know, the other thing I've been thinking about is, too?
What's that?
Is that a lot of people have been saying that this season is so different than my other seasons.
Yeah, I would say so.
Which it is, and I did that on purpose. However, some people have said that they miss the energy a little bit. Not that I have no energy, but I'm just at a much lower vibe.
Are we gonna have a tea party?
We are having a tea party.
Oh, yes.
Today.
Love it.
And it's been a long time since I've had tea to spill on this show. And truthfully, this isn't my own tea, although I am a bride-to-be and I am a current bridesmaid. I'm actually even more than that. I'm currently a maid of honor. One of my best friends is getting married. And this is not tea about my friend's wedding. But hey, we're going to Vegas in a couple weeks, like 6 weeks, so maybe I'll have tea at that point. However, when people ask me about my life and what I'm doing, I used to have all of these like crazy stories for them. And
I know.
And now I really don't. In that I don't have anything like crazy or like toxic happening.
Yeah.
So
we keep it nice and stable around here.
Nice and stable. And so season 3 has been incredibly stable. And some people miss the chaos of it all. Who doesn't love a little chaos on your morning commute drive? Little like entertainment.
I don't like it. That triggers road rage.
Okay.
Generally, if there's chaos when I'm driving, when I'm on the road, when I'm out and about, oh yeah, there's So anyway, yeah.
Maybe your after work drive. Maybe like, I mean, you love Vanderpump Rules. You love the chaos.
We are not spilling secrets on this show.
You're in rare form today. I'm glad I asked you to be on this
Yeah,
already.
it's been a crazy one. As Katie told me, Mercury's in retrograde.
Yes, the whole month of April, you guys. Mercury is in retrograde.
That's about the extent of my woo-woo.
Maybe I should do an episode called B is for Buckle Up, bitch. Because Mercury's in retrograde and I'm scared. No.
For batten down the hatches.
We could just really go on and
Buckle
on.
up. Brace yourselves. Beware.
Spitting it. Look at you.
Yeah, I know. I'm just a lyrical wordsmith out here. Anyway,
I know.
we're moving forward.
So anyway, B is for Bridesmaid, horror story. And I really do want to talk about and normalize that I am living this right now. Being a bridesmaid is a lot of frickin' work, okay? There's a lot that goes into it. If you don't know, I have been a bridesmaid 8 times. 8 times. This is my 8th. So I've been a bridesmaid 7 times.
A few short of a movie.
Yeah, the movie was 27, so I'm like 21 short.
You still got time.
Or no, 8, so that maybe 19 short. I can't do math.
Yeah, no, let's cut that part out of Katie doing math. Nobody wants to see that struggle.
Oh, no. Anyway, I've been a bridesmaid a lot, and every time I tell people I've been a bridesmaid 8 times, they're like, oh my gosh, how do you afford that? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I don't know. I honestly don't know how I afforded it, especially like a few years ago, but here we are. I lived to tell about it. My final bachelorette party that I will be going on for the foreseeable future besides my own is in Vegas, so I'm scared. We'll see if I survive this last one. I'm really going out with a bang here. Shout out to Diana. Thanks for that. Anyway.
Come back alive, the two of you.
Yes, I am bringing my sister-in-law as a chaperone, so she'll make sure I'm alive.
Yes.
Anyway, but I really want to talk about this because I wanted to do a wedding episode for a while. And I had planned to do one in season 1, and then that fell through, and I didn't really have inspiration during season 2, and here we are, and now I'm engaged, and I'm a bride, and I'm like, we have to somehow fit this in. And today was the day that it happened. Inspiration struck, and I went down a rabbit hole of Reddit. And so while I do not have a crazy story that happened to me, I am going to read you the craziest bridesmaid story I think I have to date have read, and there's like a cult following behind this girl that has told this story. She just got banned from Reddit today.
Really?
It's a whole thing. And so I saw it first in a video, and I sent Nolan the video, and then I unsent it, and I was like, wait, no, we have to do this on the podcast.
Yeah, she's been really excited all day long. You didn't watch that video, did you?
Okay, full transparency, he did watch part of it, but only the beginning.
Like the first minute.
Don't give anything away.
Yeah, I watched the first minute, so nothing crazy happened, and I'm just like, okay, it's a long video. I'll watch it later.
And then I unsent it, so he can't watch it.
So now you are watching the live reaction.
This was by a Reddit user by the name of Juliet Pepperwood. And Juliet...
I'm already laughing. Just Juliet?
So Juliet Pepperwood is this poor, sad sack of a sister-in-law that got roped into her future sister-in-law's Bridezilla antics.
Sack of a sister-in-law?
Well, I'd be sad if I had to be involved in this.
Oh, so she's a victim.
She is a victim.
Okay, because you're making it sound like she's a sad sack.
No, I'd be a sad sack if I had to be involved in this. She's a victim.
She is a victim in all of this.
We're cheering for Juliet Pepperwood.
All right, Juliet.
I don't even know if that's her real name or not. I really hope it is, though. So I'm going to read the Reddit saga, and Nolan is going to live react to this along with all of you, so he doesn't know the ending to this story. I want you all to enjoy this Reddit thread of the title, Bride Made a Profit on Bachelorette Trip.
Narrated by Katie Ploss.
In parentheses, sister-in-law drama. under the category of Bridezilla, Groomzilla in the wedding shaming Reddit thread.
Oh.
Okay? All right, here we go. All right, here is the tea. So much tea. I'm glad I can spill to my Reddit community because I can't gossip about it to my family. So about 6 months ago, the bride planned her destination bachelorette trip and charged the 11 girls $650 for the Airbnb. Absolutely asinine for that price. I was salty about the high cost, but it's my sister-in-law, so I sucked it up and paid her. I was also suspicious about the high as fuck price, so I did cross-check the Airbnb listing and it checked out. Yes, this bee wanted a $2,300 a night beachfront house. Today, I'm chatting about wedding stuff with my brother, who's marrying the said future sister-in-law, and he said something along the lines of, what a relief her dad paid for the Airbnb because that would have been so expensive for your group.
Oh boy.
I about choked. Me too, Juliet. I said, hey, are you sure about that? Because all 11 girls paid $650 for the house alone. Maybe run it by her. His face turned purple, so I take it he had no idea. To add to the greed going on here, when I got married, I flew her out, paid for her accommodations, paid hair and makeup, paid for her bridesmaid's dress, and paid transportation because she was going through a hard time. And now she has the balls to steal from me. I get that weddings are expensive, but don't have one if it requires stealing from your bridesmaids. I'm assuming I'm the only bridesmaid who is aware of what's going on here. Not sure if I should spill to the group or just let it go.
No, like you need to tell.
There's a chance her dad stepped in and paid for it after the fact, and she just chose not to refund us. I'm not clear on the exact situation and want to avoid embarrassing my brother. Update number 1. There's several updates. We're in the beginning. This is the just sweet. This is the tip of the iceberg, literally.
Okay.
You'll get it later.
I was going to say, this is about the extent of what I know, so anything coming now is, like, new territory. You know, I thought that beginning part was like, all right, well, that's a scumbag move.
Totally is a scumbag move.
That's you know.
$650 per person for a bachelorette weekend is ridiculous.
How many people were on it?
11.
Okay, so yeah,
$2,300 a night for a weekend.
Yeah, that's nothing to turn your nose at.
$50. And then her dad paid for it, and then she didn't give them the money back. Absolute trash.
Okay, so she's already stealing a decent sum of money. Anyway,
Okay.
continue. Update 1.
Update number 1, January 23rd, 2024. This is a recent. Thanks for all the advice and support. Yes, I agree with most of you who are saying I'm morally obligated to spill the beans because $650 is not child's play. This is what I'm going to do. First, I'm going to talk to my brother and give him a chance to clear it up with sister-in-law. Before I make a scene, I want to understand what's really going on. For example, did dad pay for the trip, but did my sister-in-law decide to put that towards a different wedding expense? Things like that. I have questions. That answer will determine when and how I tell the rest of the bridesmaids. I'm going to give my brother only 1 to 2 days because this trip is literally next week. Update number 2, 3 days later. All right, so I regrouped with my brother. My mom also stepped in, bypassed my brother, and got some more info directly from her dad. Here's the tea. Future sister-in-law's dad did not offer to cover the cost until a few months after we had paid for the trip. This was after he found out the cost and was pissed that she chose a $2,300 a night house and asked us to pay for it. Apparently, he threatened not to pay for the wedding if she added more expenses onto the wedding party. Turns out she originally wanted it at the Maldives and he forbid her. This bitch.
Princess treatment gone awry.
Go on a honeymoon to the Maldives with your husband. Like, why are you making your friends? Anyway.
Sips water.
The anger that's bubbling inside me. According to my mom, who chatted with him directly, he felt embarrassed when he heard about the Airbnb price and wanted to save face with my side of the family. So he gave sister-in-law about $7,000 to cover the cost of the house. She was supposed to refund us, but obviously that never happened. This is where it gets good. So my mom went total FBI and learned that in addition to not paying us, Sister-in-law didn't put that money towards a different wedding expense either. She doesn't have it. Where did it go? What did she spend it on?
Gambling addiction.
There is currently a full-blown investigation going down between our two families right now. I have been asked by my mom not to alert the bridesmaids just yet until we get the last bits of info and come to a resolution with both sister-in-law and her dad. But
did it not go to her yet? Just the bride? Did they not go to her yet? And like,
apparently not. They were doing their own investigating. They will go to her.
all right, that's a mistake on the family's end, I feel like.
Well, they're trying to get as much
I'm not saying she's
information as
in
they
I'm
could.
not saying she's in the right, but like clearly both the families now know that she's doing some shady
As
shit.
the fiance, though, how do you not like immediately confront your
No
fiance?
balls. No balls. That's all I have to say. At that point, you're an accessory to grand theft.
Yeah, like soon as your sister-in-law was like, "Yo, like everyone paid for the Airbnb."
Yeah, no. Now, when you're going to be their partner and they're off stealing people's money, it's your responsibility to be like, what the fuck did you do with all this?
Like what? Where's the
Unless you're in on it
$7,000?
together, which, I don't know, but we'll see. But
Is that a theory that you have? Are they in on it together?
it's a possibility. It's not the first thing that came to mind.
Or he just has no balls?
My thing is, I'm thinking in the back of my mind is that she's, I don't know, maybe because I'm biased as a man, but like maybe she has like a secret life and is like having another wedding or something or another affair.
That would be crazy.
I'm on the edge of my seat. If you cannot,
I mean, really, the story is still unfolding. I will preface
I
this
just
with that.
interrupted you so I could clarify. But okay, so
No, like in real time, it's like still unfolding. Like it hasn't been fully resolved yet.
Anyway, let's continue.
Okay. They will tell the bridesmaids one way or another ASAP. I will be back tomorrow with another update number 3 the next day. The plot thickens. So, as this drama is all unfolding, the maid of honor, who doesn't know what's going on yet, is continuing her duties. We all get a 4-paragraph text from her outlining the dress code for each night of the bachelorette per the bride's orders. Keep in mind, the bride is asking us all to go out and buy new outfits for each night of the trip, and the themes are wild. Animal print Thursday, faux fur Friday, sparkle dress Saturday, and Barbie brunch Sunday.
Okay, this bride does like just give off gigantic Bridezilla vibes
You
where like
think?
she sounds like a nightmare.
You think?
Sounds like an absolute
You think
spoiled
faux
brat
fur
nightmare.
Friday, animal print Thursday is what gets me. Like sparkle dress, fine, whatever.
It's
And
'cause
then
you like sparkles.
yeah, but like most people can like scrounge together like glitter or sequins or something, or that's not that hard of an ask. And then Barbie brunch, I guess not everyone has a lot of pink in their closet. I feel like those would be easier, but the animal print and faux fur is like the faux fur really is absolutely
I
asinine.
think
The whole thing is.
yeah, I was gonna say I think
I will say for
Again,
Diana's
this is-
bachelorette, we are doing themed outfits for
okay
each
again
day.
this is a male perspective. I think that is absolutely bonkers, but
to do themes for each day. Some
Yeah.
people do it. Diana's doing it.
okay, well, you guys do you, and I just group all you women as a whole. Just
Okay, I will say though that like the
Bride, queen.
themes are optional, whereas like we're not really asking people to go and buy stuff. It's
you're telling me that you and this girl and Diana aren't just like you don't have a fur minx coat?
you
See,
cannot come to our party. Yeah, no. As if we're all going to go out and buy that shit 1 week before the trip or at all. Although also the short notice.
Yeah, that is pretty short notice too.
Thankfully, the bridesmaids seem to be waking up to the bullshit. Several of them wrote back saying they won't be able to pull together those outfits in time, and one flat out said it's just not happening. Good for her. Good for her. Can we normalize people just being like, absolutely no. I'm not doing that. I love that for her. But that's just a side story to the absolute shit. Oh, also, as it's on my mind, I'm really not hating on the themes. I really am, just to clarify for it, because I don't want Diana to think I'm like hating on her themes. is that because I also came up with the themes, so I'd be hating on myself. It's
And
the
it's a
short.
pretty common thing.
It's
too.
yeah, it is a common thing, and I get it, and it's fun, like whatever. But you have to give people ample notice if you're gonna do that.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm a man. Don't
Guys would never
necessarily
do anything
understand
of
it.
the sort.
But
I don't
anyway,
expect you to know, but those themes are wild. I agree with Juliet Pepperwood.
we're sorry, Julia.
But that's just a side story to the absolute shit show that is unfolding. My mom is very involved now, as she's paid a decent chunk up for this wedding as well, and she does not like that the bride is throwing around thousands of dollars from her dad, as well as lying to the bridal party. She set up a meeting. This is something your mom would do. This is what I was thinking. As I was reading this, your mom would do this. She set up a meeting directly with the bride to cut the bullshit and explain what's going
what I'm
on.
saying, like, literally, they're just sitting there while she's bleeding thousands of dollars out from friends and family. No, we're gonna figure this out ourselves. We're real detectives. We're real detectives on this stuff. But meanwhile,
No, but they just wanted to like understand what was going on before. Like,
so ask her.
this is over the matter of 1 to 2 days. This isn't like
If I'm spending hundreds of thousands of dollars, I'm gonna know within a couple minutes what the fuck's going on.
All right, eager beaver over that.
Yeah.
So, mother-in-law told the bride she's going to inform the bridesmaids herself unless she gets a valid answer as to what's happening. At this point, Juliet Pepperwood is just shoveling down popcorn, waiting for the events to unfold.
Salt and a little peppercorn on that popcorn.
She says, I will be back tonight with hopefully the final update. It was not the final update. Ba-dum-bum.
Thunder crashes in the distance.
Update number 4. Swan ice sculpture.
What is...
She used the 7K to book a swan-shaped ice sculpture to be displayed at the reception and didn't tell anyone. Turns out her dad banned her from adding any more extras to the wedding design because it was already so expensive and unnecessary. When he Venmoed her for the Airbnb, she thought she was being sneaky and kept it instead. She didn't even tell my brother this. He only found out that her dad decided to cover the Airbnb because those two went out for cigars one night and it came up. So that mystery is solved thanks to my mini FBI crew. But now the real questions remain. Where is my $650 and how to break the news to the bridesmaids?
Literally thousands of dollars missing. And she's like, where's my $600?
Where is my
I do
$650?
the exact same thing. That's pretty extra if you really need a swan ice sculpture.
At least her dad seems reasonable. So, when he Venmoed her for the Airbnb, she thought she was being sneaky and kept it instead. She didn't even tell my brother this. Oh, wait, I already read all that. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Out of the kindness of her soul, my mom is giving sister-in-law 24 hours to confess to the bridesmaids and figure out how to pay us back our money. Because you know what? I did not spend $650 on some damn ice. I have kids to feed. I have bills to pay. It is
Hard to compare apples to apples when you're still spending it on a bachelorette party.
True, but still, I'd be pissed that
But
my
yes,
money was spent without my
over
consent.
ice. Yeah, if your money's going towards something, it's gonna be a little frustrating and irritating and angering to know that it went over a swan.
I
ice
did
sculpture.
see, I don't think it was in the original thread, and if it is, I'll end up rereading it, but I did see that someone was like, why didn't you just not go to this bachelorette party at all if that cost was too high? And I guess she did consider backing out of the bachelorette, but her mom convinced her not to and was like, this is your sister-in-law. You have to suck it up and show up.
So maybe the mom feels some moral obligation to
Yeah.
fix it. Anyway, we move on.
It is taking everything in me not to text the bridesmaid group right now, but my mom is trying to give sister-in-law one opportunity to do the right thing. Ugh, wait, no, could never be me. This has been a roller coaster. Don't know if anyone here is still interested, but let me know if I should post the final outcome with the bridesmaids and one last update. Lord have mercy. Yes, we're interested. Please update us. Update number 5.
Okay, good. I was to say. If there's no
You're like, this is the end. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah,
Oh no. Oh no, no, no. There's more to go.
All right, let's move it on. Update number 5.
Okay. As promised, here is the latest tea, served boiling hot. This is a long update.
Or ice cold if it's an ice sculpture. Who's the one that's got in a fucking weird mood today?
I'm just ripping off you.
Oh, okay.
This is a long update, and I'm going to try to get everything in. First, let's start with the bride's explanation to her family. Myself, my mom, my brother, her fiance, and her dad. She broke down crying, saying that wedding planning has been getting to her head, and she has been crushed under the pressure to have the perfect wedding.
Crushed like that ice sculpture.
Which she felt couldn't go on without this alleged ice swan. I didn't buy her sob story. After this whole incident, I think she is delusional. She is a delusional, controlling, attention-starved bridezilla who is using the wedding as a way to compete with other girls on Instagram.
Yeah, I think that statement alone right there, that could be a whole nother episode. I think people are way too materialistic and competitive when it comes to the age of social media. So I'm sure at one point or another I've fallen for that trap, but I think this is a message to you, all of us, you, especially you little wiener dog. I think that everyone just needs to chill the fuck out, do what makes them happy. Don't do something because you think it'll make other people happy. I'm not saying don't try to make other people happy. I'm very guilty of that. I love to make people happy, and I love to...
You're a people pleaser. We know. All right, let's get the show on the road.
Okay.
What did you want to say?
Nothing. Let's move on.
I'm sorry. I want to know what you had to say now.
That was just my tangent. I think people need to... I think this whole thing is an example of what could have been avoided if someone wasn't a bridezilla and trying to find the most perfectly
curated moment.
Yeah.
It's true.
Anyway, I digress.
By the way, her job is an influencer. If
I was just going to ask, what this lady, does she have a job? And that just ties everything together. Oh my God.
That's why I was rushing you through your tangent.
Oh my God. Katie already knows. That's why she wanted me on. This makes a lot of sense on so many different levels. The girl, why my podcasting fiance wanted me on here. You just had to say it.
Do influencers trigger you?
I gave. Don't act like you don't know that. I am okay. I'm gonna listen, but now my whole narrative, like I thought this girl was bad before.
She's insufferable.
Oh, now it's. I have many words for that. Insufferable is the nicest. Anyway, let's move on with the updates.
Okay. Oh man, this is good. This is good content.
Influencer, fucking. Dude who's marrying her. Now I'm speaking directly to you. Run for the fucking hills. Please. If that is what she puts on her tax return.
Their wedding is scheduled for May 2024. I think it was May, yeah.
Anyway, I'm going to sit here now boiling like the tea. Continue.
Okay. My brother took the bait. To be honest, I don't even blame him. This is his future wife, and he said he wants to help her with her mental health and get her back to a good place.
I bet you if that's an influencer, she's an OnlyFans model. That's where they met, probably.
Yeah, oh my God.
Now I'm just stewing about the influencer part, but we continue.
He is disturbed by the situation, but will continue to support her. The wedding is on for those who are curious. Okay, but what if I did something heinous like this? Would you just be like, see you later?
No, but I'd be mad. And
he is mad, but he's concerned about her mental health. I think that's what you would be for me. You'd be like, there is something not going on that would cause you to do that. When you're in love.
Yeah, I know, but it's like...
just have a little sympathy.
It's okay, so role reversal. In our shoes, you are an established woman, and you have... And I'm not saying everyone has to be established and get all their shit in a row and all that. That's fine. But, like, to be an influencer and then blame it on your mental sanity.
Yeah, it's a little
Like
rough.
it's a little rough. Let's like in the words of Gus Ploss,
Like she's
let's
just
call
trying
a
to use
spade-
her wedding for followers.
Let's call a spade and say
Yeah.
you're broke and you're using this as an influence, as a moment for clout. Clout chaser, dream breaker. Let's move on.
Now, next, let's get into the matter of the missing $7K and whether we're getting our money back. The sad, gut-wrenching answer, probably not. Her dad said he has already paid the cost of the Airbnb once and he will not be doing it again. He said his daughter is 31 years old and needs to get herself out of her own mess and figure out how to make it right. She chimed in.
Dreams are quickly melting like an ice sculpture.
She chimed in that the 7K is gone and asked how she would possibly pay us back. My brother refused to pay for her screw up.
All right, wait, do influencers not make... If she's an influencer, she's clearly got some sort of income.
Can people just call I don't think there's like a criteria to call yourself an influencer
No,
other
I
than
don't
you
think
just.
so, but if that is your job,
But do you?
that means that you
You
are...
could make like $5 a year. Call
That's
yourself
what I don't
an
understand.
influencer.
If
Fuck, I could call myself an influencer.
But like, if okay, I need more information on this woman because if that's
like
again,
maybe she doesn't have any income, is what I'm saying.
what is she doing? What is she doing with her life? Why is there an ice sculpture involved with her life?
Clearly,
right
her
now?
parents have some change. So her dad's paying for her life. Who knows? Okay, who knows? I'm making a lot of assumptions right now.
Let me reel it back in. Okay.
While I love that everyone is finally forcing this bee to be an adult, I would like my money back more. Unfortunately, we're not going to get it unless she magically wins the lottery or gets a real job. For those who asked, there is nothing.
Love that.
For those who asked, there is nothing we can do legally. We all willingly paid a fixed amount, and we would have to move mountains and spend more money to sue. Plus, while she was incredibly shady and a terrible friend, she technically didn't do anything wrong that we could prove. Now on to the bridesmaids. After some threats from my mom, sister-in-law finally broke down and contacted the bridesmaids in our group chat. She sent a text that made my skin crawl. Hey ladies, you're my bride squad, so I feel compelled to share that my dad recently offered to pay for our batch accommodations. However, being that the wedding is so expensive, I have decided to put his donation towards a wedding expense. I hope you all understand, and I can't wait to party with you all next week.
Oh, I'm quickly getting a picture of what type of person this
Creature is.
Yeah, creature. I wasn't gonna say woman. No.
Oh, hell no. I immediately replied back, making sure everyone knew the expense, in quotes, was an ice sculpture, an ice swan. Come on, people. Many of them replied and expressed how they would have loved to use that $650 for something more important, but ultimately no one has backed out. One of the girls started a side chat without the bride and asked if there is a chance of us getting our money back if we force the sister-in-law or the bride to cancel the reservation. Unfortunately, since we're only a week out, we aren't eligible for a refund. They decided to go through with the batch or else it would be a literal waste of $650. As for myself, I'm in the same boat. I would rather run myself over than go on this trip. But $650 is not a small amount, and I can't fathom just throwing it down the drain.
All right, I gotta pause right here. If this is like one of those like, I like understand what their first thought is, but if they're gonna play that card, it's going into a bachelorette party, a vacation, whatever, whether it's a dinner down the street, you end up spending more than you want. So if they go there, they're not just like staying in this house for a week. They're going to end up spending more money. So please tell me they did not go.
If I do go, it will solely to be avoid eating the $650 plus my airfare. I haven't made my final decision yet. I will not be doing any of the planned events or outfits or even contributing $1 more. I would have my own mini vacation as best I could. I'm really upset that it seems like this crazy person is going to get her way after all. Mini update number 5. There are so many curious comments coming in, so I want to keep you in the loop. More drama has unfolded among the bridesmaids. The side text without the bride popped off, and we have all agreed to do the following. We will be going on the trip, but it is no longer a bachelorette. We will be taking personal vacations with our hubby's significant others while staying at the property. We were forced into this beachfront mansion and airfare, so we're going to make the most of it. We have all backed out of hosting and paying for the bridal shower. The bride will need to find another way to move forward if she wants to have it. We will attend as guests if she has it, and we will not be gifting anything. Mother of the bride is absolutely furious. More on this later. We're letting the bride know she needs to cancel the ice swan and give us our money back. After some more research, we doubt all of the $7,000 went towards the alleged swan because it doesn't seem like they cost that much. I won't be back for a while because I want to save my next update until after the trip. Stay tuned. Final update number 6.
I'm still, I don't know, like, we'll keep going, but man, I got so many thoughts on this.
This is a long one.
Okay.
The absolute tea I have today. It took me so long to write this because I am at a complete and utter loss for words. Where to begin? Let me start with this. There is no ice swan. There never was
I
an
knew
ice
that.
swan.
I knew that was going to happen.
It was all an elaborate fabrication designed to distract everyone from where the missing $7,000 actually went. R.I.P. Ice Swan. She also has it like the little trademark symbol on it.
Yeah. The next,
Turns out there was a reason behind sister-in-law's luxury bachelorette location. Here's what happened.
oh, here it comes.
All the bridesmaids show up to the beachfront mansion with their significant others. Sister-in-law had already been made aware that it was no longer a bachelorette, but to our complete shock, she was still stunned that we actually meant it. She arrived last in her pre-booked limo, absolutely fuming that no one else showed up to the limo meeting spot at the airport.
That's fucking perfect. I'm sorry. Picture that in my head, and I love it.
She was the only one still sticking to the original itinerary. Then she was flabbergasted that the husbands were with us. It was a comedy show at best.
No, it's okay.
Anyway, we went about our individual mini vacations, and eventually someone realized it had been about 48 hours since anyone had seen the bride. I assumed she was mad and either flew home or went to stay somewhere else. Then the unthinkable unfolds. Sister-in-law rolls up the driveway in a wheelchair, being pushed by 2 female nurses. The entire group jumped into action, thinking something horrible happened. Everyone ran over to see what was going on, but the nurses ushered us away and wheeled sister-in-law into her room. At this point, I'm actually very concerned. We're all banging on her door, asking if she's okay. The nurses eventually leave and say they legally can't reveal the nature of her health issue, but assures us she's fine. I call my brother and mom, but get no answer, so I finally decide to call her mom, aka mother of the bride, who was furious that we took over the bachelorette party.
Oh, God. Please tell me that her parents aren't, like, instigators in all this. And
Mother of the bride reveals what actually took place. She isn't sick. She didn't have a health issue.
boob job.
There was no accident. She got her boobs done.
Oh, my God.
Melon emojis.
Oh.
Yes, folks, you read that correctly. She had planned, as the part of the original itinerary, to disappear for an afternoon and return with a new set of melons. I'm sorry, what? The location of the beachfront mansion is conveniently 5 minutes away from a very famous cosmetic surgeon's office. The reason she needed this giant-ass property was not really to host 11 girls. It was to host 11 girls, plus the surgery recovery nurses and personal chef she had reserved for after the operation. So this girl just literally was like, you know what?
Dude, this girl's
I have a bachelorette coming up. I can get my bridesmaids to pay for the accommodations, and then I'll use the $7,000 that my dad gave me, and that will go toward my boob job and the chef and the nurses that will care for me during my recovery.
She's not even just a piece of work. She's a piece of shit.
Yeah, it gets worse. There's so much more that we need to unpack. I honestly don't know where to begin. First bullet point, what was her mother's knowledge and involvement in all of this?
That's what I'm saying. Like, with the dad sounds like he was pretty clueless.
Yeah.
So what?
Fiance is pretty clueless.
Fiance is pretty cool. First of all, this is a doomed marriage from the get-go, because like it sounds like there is zero communication.
Hold on that.
Oh boy, he's in on it, isn't he?
What was the cost of the procedure, guessing around $7,000, and why was it meant to be a part of the bachelorette party? What was the purpose of the ice swan lie? Will the bridesmaids, myself included, pursue legal action? And where does this leave my brother?
Ice Swan Gate.
Is this lady okay mentally? Was this a horribly misplaced cry for attention? Was it a FU to the bridesmaids somehow? So many questions remain. I am only a few hours back from this trip, so all of this information is all I have now. I was intending for this to be my final update, and I just want to say thank all of you for your support, advice, bags of popcorn, and funny input. This has been a wild ride, and I'm glad I could share it with you. So far, we have had this crazy ordeal picked up by a news publication, multiple podcasts, and a magazine.
And another podcast.
I literally want to write a book about this experience. I've already revealed a great deal of info, and so to protect my brother's privacy moving forward, I think I need to step away from the updates. That was not the end. That was the end of the video I sent you, though.
Oh my god.
So then I went down the Reddit rabbit hole, and I found the post, but there was nothing. All the text had been deleted. So then I found the Instagram, and it turns out that Reddit deleted this post, and so this is the screenshots that she posted to Instagram that I'm reading off of now. Hey, not an update. February 28th, 2024. Hey friends, I'm getting boatloads of requests for an update, so I've decided to make you all a deal. I will come back with an update after the wedding in May. As of right now, it is still on. That's all I can say for now. Check back in May. Checking in, March 29th, 2024. It's like a few days ago. Hi friends, thanks for being so patient for my update. I wanted to let everyone know I have the update of all updates coming for you. It turns out the drama just won't quit with this wedding. It is so juicy that for legal reasons, I cannot share it just yet, but we'll be able to post in a day or so. Check back soon.
Oh man.
Update. The wedding is off.
Oh.
March 30th, 2024. All right, y'all. Get your comfy socks and your popcorn because I've been holding on to this update for so long and I have to get it all out there. I feel like at this point we've all become good friends. Literally, when I do these updates, I like to imagine we're all together eating snacks and gossiping. I'm on my desktop right now, business. Anyway, let me start with this. The wedding is officially off. I know a lot of you out there were team #cancel the wedding. This should warm your soul.
Yeah, it does. It really does.
For me personally, I wanted it to work out for my brother despite her insanity.
Her brother too. Get away from her. Find someone sane.
Yes.
You know what? This is working out for your brother. That's all I have to say. This. Oh god. Anyway.
I was hoping this would somehow all blow over like a bad dream and he could find normalcy again. Unfortunately, that is not at all the case. Here's what happened. When I last updated you, sister-in-law had pulled up to the bachelorette with a new set of tits and shocked us all. We were left wondering, WTF? And I told you I needed to stop the updates to protect my brother's privacy. That has all changed now, and I've been given permission by my brother to spill the fucking tea.
Spill it, girl.
My brother was aware that sister-in-law had planned on getting a breast augmentation at some point this year. He actually knew it would be during the bachelorette trip. Despite thinking it was very weird, he really wanted to support her, so he kept her surprise a secret.
Of course he did. He wanted to see his fucking girlfriend wife with new tits. I'm very supportive of you, honey. Anyway.
What he did not know was she may have used the bridesmaid's money or even her dad's to finance it. But it turns out that she did not, in fact, use our money. or her dad's money to pay for the new titties. That's because her procedure was on the house. Why, do you ask? Because she has been having an affair with the surgeon for over a year.
There's a type of person that she is, and I knew it. Oh, it all just comes full circle.
Yes, you read that correctly. She's been diddling her married plastic surgeon for more than 14 months.
People are gross. Like, that's all I'm going to say is people are fucking gross.
He is a very well-known plastic surgeon, and his legal team has been on me like white on rice. There are limits to what I can disclose. At this current moment, I have been advised not to disclose the state he practices in, his name, or any personally identifying details. Back to the story. He wanted to fly her out for a complimentary titty upgrade. We found out because his wife found her sad little influencer Instagram page, tracked her down, and showed up to the family home, which would be her father's house because she still lives there.
Of course.
There is so much to say that I think I'm going to have to split this into 2 updates because my fingers are legit going numb. I really wanted to get that off my chest. I know you might be wanting to know the specifics, so where did the money go after all? How did the wife find out, and what happened when she showed up? That's an update in and of itself. How is my brother handling this, besides, of course, leaving her dusty ass? I think that's it. Hold on, let me go back to the screenshots and make sure I didn't miss any. Yeah. And that's all there is. Yeah.
Oh, shitty people just get me fuming.
FYI, some light housekeeping. Here's another one I didn't see. A few housekeeping items before I share the next update. This was April 1st. This was yesterday, right? I thought you all should know that I now have to submit all of my updates to an attorney for legal review before I can post them here. This is primarily because of the high-profile surgeon who is aware of this thread and his legal team. The wife is also in the mix and wants to minimize the fallout, so I'm dealing with her people as well. They can't stop me from telling the story, but they can come after me if I disclose specific things. Basically, everyone knows about this post now, sister-in-law included, but I promise I'm coming back to finish spilling the tea for you all on that. Ready your kettles. The support interest fan club vibes this post has generated has been amazing. Thank you guys so much for sticking with me on this crazy ride. With the support has also come some negativity. I am being impersonated online in a few places, and some people are trying to profit on this story by claiming it as their own. To combat this, I listed my own information at the top of this post. Anyone else is impersonating me, and if you spot this story circulating online without directly tagging my Instagram or Reddit, it's not authentic. Due to the above, I decided to copyright this content and will continue to amend it as I make the updates. But who knows? Maybe sister-in-law will star in a TV series or book about this nightmare one day.
Bro, I'm really hoping there's a Netflix documentary about this. Like,
I've had some requests to timestamp my previous updates, which she did. Shout out to the podcast and other channels who picked this up for a live reading. And then yesterday or today, Wedding Shaming removed the post. And they cited it because of advertising, so the mods took it down. So, you guys, Juliet Pepperwood is posting the rest of the story to Instagram. And right now, she's retelling it all in Reels, so we're only on episode 4 of the Ice Swan, which is basically everything that you have already heard. So we don't know how it ends yet. It's to be continued. Why did you
do this to me? Why? Why?
Listen.
What, you had to go down the rabbit hole and now I have to suffer for it too?
Listen, I want
to know, Katie.
I went into Juliet Pepperwood's DMs. I DM'd her and I was like,
did you really?
Yes. She only has 1,000 followers so far on Instagram, so I'm hoping she gets back to me. I DM'd her today. I'm like, I need answers. But
you're unhinged.
This is crazy. This was crazy, and I think we all needed the tea in this crazy Mercury in retrograde month that we're going into. B is for bridesmaid horror stories.
But it's not completed, and Yeah, is it kind of a horror story? Because she got her just desserts. If Bridezilla's like that.
You say just desserts?
Yes, I did.
Like justice deserved justice.
It's an expression, honey.
Never heard that.
You've never heard of just desserts?
No.
Well, you can look it up after this.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm so very happy that she got what she deserved. And well, you know what? No, I'm not, because she hasn't gotten what she deserved yet. Because these shitty situations and these shitty people normally end up on their feet. She's probably gonna end up with the fucking surgeon. They'll probably fucking have a fling for 2 months until it doesn't work out, and doctor finds some other hottie and who needs a boob job, and this cycle repeats
The
itself.
boob job is unhinged. But what I
It's
need
like-
to know,
it's-
I need to know where the money was. Like,
yeah, no, where the
she
fuck
use
did
it
an ice
for?
sculpture come from?
what did she use the money for? What was it? If it wasn't for the house and it wasn't for the boob job, okay, part of it maybe would be toward the nurses and the
It's like-
personal chef, but that's not $7,000.
It like almost hurts because I don't want to feed into this. Juliet Pepperwood, I feel for you, and I feel for all the ladies in that bridal party who had to go.
I think we
through
want to
that.
call her Peppercorn because of the Sandlot.
Maybe.
Wendy Peppercorn.
Anyway, I feel for all of them. Like that sucks. They had to go through all of that. That sucks for the brother because the brother had to go.
I'm glad he called the wedding off, though.
I'm so.
Could you
glad
imagine
for
if this
you,
wedding
dude.
was still going after this viral?
Oh my god, dude! If
thing?
he ended up with her,
What would you do if that were you?
what would I
And
do?
If I were the bridezilla?
First of all, if I knew about first of all, I would have put 2 and 2 together. If money is going missing and it's happening during, she wants a breast augmentation, and he knew it was happening during the fucking thing. That is all like, dumb bitch, you need to hear this, as we've used that term before.
Yeah.
Like, the dude should have known that and should have alerted his sister. I'm sure there's a little bit of like skepticism and like benefit of the doubt and all that, but oh my god. Oh, there's so many things. Like, I don't want to give this woman, this Bridezilla, any more attention because she does not need it. She's an influencer, so that means she thrives off of people like coming to her. That any publicity is good publicity, and that is her mindset. So,
I mean, it can't be. Unless Juliet Pepperwood is like a stage name. It
Well,
can't be that hard to find this chick and
no,
like
I know,
what
and I
who she
understand,
is.
but I'm saying like the bride.
I'm just saying, like, I'm sure, like, I would be curious to see what is her following. Because is she really an influencer, or is she just like
a wannabe.
a wannabe
Yeah,
influencer?
no, and that's probably what she is. Because if she doesn't have money for anything
Right.
at all, like, you can work at McDonald's and make $7,000. Fuck. Like,
Right.
I bet you, if you look it up online, there is somebody that works at McDonald's that had a tit job. I guarantee it.
You worked at McDonald's to get their boobs done, you mean? To pay for their boob job?
Maybe.
If it's been thought, it's been done.
Exactly. We live in that generation. But yeah, this is an insane story, and I'm irritated at you that you've got me roped into it now.
Okay, was this a mistake bringing you on, though?
No, because you knew exactly the kind of use.
Why don't you trust me more?
I trust you all the time. I trusted you for this. I do trust you. I continue to trust you. That doesn't mean you don't, like, your wheels turn in your little mind. And
I
then
was
you're like,
so excited for this
I
today.
know. For my reaction, you wanted
Yeah.
it so bad. You got it.
It was just like a fun little silly
No, it's definitely like it's a fucking.
wild ride. The fact
Oh,
that this
yeah,
is a true story.
like a-
This is a true story, you guys. Like, this
is-
is real.
This is some Netflix, Bravo TV bullshit, and Katie is all about it. She's got me all about it now. 'Cause
I know.
I'm basic as fuck in my Stanley and all that.
On
but-
your Lululemon set that you're in right now. I love that you're becoming basic by living with me and being around me 24/7. I love it.
You're a disease.
I'm an invasive species.
I've called her that at least so many times. There is living with this. It's both the best and the worst thing ever.
Simply the
Mostly
best.
the best. But yeah, Now I have to go and live the rest of my life until this stuff comes out, and I'm not going to. I am no longer complete.
Well, you guys, I will be back. I will update the podcast when even if the episode isn't about that, I will update at the top of the episode of whenever I find this out, and I will let you guys know on Instagram.
Are there links that you can post?
I will link in the show notes Juliet Pepperwood, right? Pepperwood? Yeah. Her Instagram is literally Juliet Pepperwood, but I will link that, and I like the chili pepper is her picture. Really, the emoji.
What happens? I'm just throwing this out here because I want to be the one to throw it out there. What happens if she's in on it too, and this is all one big stage act? I don't think so. I think that this person got screwed over. But
pretty fucking
oh my god, Katie! If your episodes were longer, I have so many thoughts on this. We're gonna be talking about this all night long.
Well, can you give me some of your thoughts right now?
Okay, my thoughts. Here, I'll give you Cliff Notes version. Let's summarize. Okay, person telling the story, Juliet Pepperwood. I wish you the best, and I hope that the best comes from this. That's as somebody that's brave enough to put their tea out there and all the shit they're going through, and obviously there's legal shit involved. Good for you. Good for you for looking out for the girlies. Like, you guys don't deserve that. Your brother doesn't deserve that. The brother. I'm glad you're out of it. I'm glad he's out of it. What? But come on. Some of this stuff had to have been like apparent.
Oh, yeah, no, I agree.
So
like any problematic relationship or like something that like crumbles either like right before a wedding or right after a wedding, there were signs.
Yeah.
There were, at least though they didn't go through with the wedding.
If you would like to see more on problematic relationships, Bet You Need to Hear This, season 1 and 2.
It's archived, remember?
The internet's out there. You can find it, ladies. I trust you. Anyway, so yeah, and then bride, you suck. I hope your tits deflate.
This legit reminds me of a story of a girl that I know, that went on a bachelorette that something similar happened, that she was cheating on.
Because these people exist.
Like, no, I know of this. This is what I was going to do the podcast episode about a couple of years ago. I know this girl that was at a bachelorette party where the bride was actively cheating on her fiance, and it all came out on their bachelorette weekends.
It's because these
and everything.
People, that's my. You know what?
Like, these are things that happen in real ass life, and it is yes, it's usually entitled, shitty, privileged, bratty women that do these kinds of things.
I'm not going with that because there are
every woman,
every story of a bridezilla. That's what I'm going to say. As women's wellness as we are, it isn't always the brides. It is this theme is the bridezillas. They're out there, but same with men that are out there that do shitty things. This is my theme for my sign off. Shitty people, don't do shitty things. It's not that hard. It's very easy to be a good person.
But shitty people do shitty things because they're shitty.
Exactly. Stop being shitty. Figure your shit out.
Who raised her? The fact that I don't know, it seems like the mother is the problem. The mom is the problem, if I had to guess. She knew that her daughter was going.
It sounds like the parents are divorced, because if the dad's like giving that, or
maybe
like they just do not talk, because the dad's just out there throwing money, and the mom's she's doing it for a tit job, like she knew.
Yeah, like it sounds like the mom is an enabler, and she was mad that her friends backed out of the shower.
Yeah, no, like. My sweet little baby girl.
Come on. Yeah. Like, hold some accountability for your daughter. How about?
So
she's 31 years old.
She wasn't just a bridezilla. She was just a bitch. So.
Yeah. She was a horrible person.
It leaves a bad taste in my mouth, but at the same time.
You're hungry, thirsty for more.
So welcome to the tea party, ladies.
This was a lovely tea party that we had today. Cheers with our Stanleys.
Yeah, cheers to the tears.
Yeah.
Tears of broken weddings.
The tales of broken weddings, bridezillas, and...
Can't wait for ours.
Yay!
No ice sculptures.
No ice sculptures.
Dude, this is definitely going to be like ice sculpture gate. Like what
Ice
is
sculpture gate. I like it.
yeah.
Well, you guys, this has been a super long episode, but a fun one at that. And I appreciate you all for sticking with it. I will be back next week. I think next week is B is for boundaries, but who knows? If more of this tea unfolds,
The way Katie Floss
the way that my
operates.
brain works, I might not be in the mood for that. So we might have a Bridezilla part 2.
We might not even be with the bee theme next week.
We know we will. I'm committed to doing that for April.
Okay.
The month of April is B words
Okay. I'm gonna hold you accountable.
for being authentic and being consistent. So that's all for this week. I hope you all have a lovely week, and I will see you here next Monday. Bye, y'all. That's all for this episode of The B Word. Don't forget to check out the show notes for any resources we shared with you today, as well as finding our links to our Instagram, Facebook, YouTube channel, and our website, bucommunity.com. You can find out all of our course offerings, memberships, opportunities to work with me individually, and more. That's all for now. See you next time.